Right, so people have been talking about the economy recently. They've been complaining on the forums and Reddit and everywhere that Silver Lions are very difficult to gain, and there are people who have played hundreds of hours, thousands of hours, and they can't afford to repair their vehicle, so they quit the game. And it's sad to see that, because there's a way in which you can get around it. This right here. By default it's turned on, but you should turn it off. And the reason you should turn it off is because this right here. Repair all 169,469. As the video continues, you'll see this number go down. If you do not, or if you turn off auto repair, your repair cost will go down the longer you leave it. If you're trying to research a vehicle like the J72, you will have already unlocked 4 or 5 vehicles of the previous rank in which you can use to research the vehicles in the next rank. And because of this, you have a major advantage. Not only do you have tons of free repairs for these vehicles, you can just play 10 free repairs, move on, and after that, you would have got some basic modifications. But here's the thing people are complaining about. The repair costs for jets, as you can see, is quite high. 14,000 SL, 11,000, 12,000. Now that may seem like a lot, but there's something you can do to get around this. You've got 5 vehicles here, which you can use, or you can even get this, but most people would have got 5 vehicles to unlock the next rank, to research this plane, for example, J72. So what you do is you play this vehicle here, this F-86, play it until you die. After you die, leave it, move on to the next vehicle, move on to this, F-86, F-40. Play this until you die, move on, and keep doing that for all of these 5 vehicles. And as you do that, the repair costs of all of them will go down at the same time. And as you saw at the start, if you do this for a lot of vehicles, like more than 20, it means that you can see how much you're saving in the repair all tab here. Because at the start of the video, it was like, there you go, it just goes down over time. And this is all Silver Lions that you're saving by doing this. So you can do it for these 5 vehicles, and once you've done that, and they all are sitting there with the red, like, repair now icon and all that stuff, you can move on to the next nation and do the same thing. Just keep moving on. Just keep doing it. And you'll save so much Silver Lions. You will save loads just by doing this. Like, look, F4E. Normally 12,732 repair cost. Right now, 1,401. Because I haven't played it in ages. Because I don't need to play it, because I've got all these other vehicles I can play instead. F100, same story. I haven't touched it in ages. It's not very good. But it doesn't matter. You can play the plane once. You can get like a kill, even if it's a bad plane. Just leave it. Don't repair it. Leave it. It will be repaired over time. You can switch to something else. Even if it's a bad plane, you can just do this process, gain research in Silver Lions, and you don't have to spend any to repair it. I mean, F8U2 is the best example. Normally 16,000 repair costs, and it now costs 400 because I've left it. I haven't touched it. Same with the Demon. Same with the Starfighter. It's really simple. USSR's got quite a lot more vehicles that I have sitting there waiting to be repaired, but I can play all these. Because I'm researching the Axe right now, you can do this process of just saving Silver Lions by not repairing them. It's It's really easy. And if you've got it in the crew slots, with the crew points maxed out for logistical services repair speed, it gets even better. It's the rate at which the vehicle is repaired in the hangar. You can see that with this crew skill maxed out, you literally, it gets repaired even faster. And you don't have to pay for it. Well, I can play this P-47 once every 2 days. And I pay 0 repair cost because it repairs for free in 1 day, 21 hours. Yes, for higher tier it's more expensive, but you can just play different vehicles, like I said earlier. And don't forget, in the Battle Pass, you get loads of Silver Lions. All the time, you get hundreds of thousands of Silver Lions. There's one. There's one. There's loads. There's one. There you go, 300,000 already. 400,000. You get loads. Plus you get a free premium vehicle, which has 30 free repairs. So you can just use this for printing out Silver Lions. Yes, if you are somebody who only plays ground, it's much more difficult. And to that I don't really have a solution, because you can't really use that strategy because you play lineups, so it's much more difficult. Whereas in Air RB it's so much easier. But I mean, you should still play Air RB if you want to gain Silver Lions, because it's basically the way you do it. This is free. This is 30 free repairs. And not only that, you also get one of these for free every month, as long as you do the special tasks, which also give you 25,000 Silver Lions each, usually. You can get this. This is a very strong plane. 30 free repairs. You just print out Silver Lions. And you can just move on between nations as you do this, and you'll gain Silver Lions. About a few weeks ago, I had 1.6 million, and I was struggling a bit, because, well, this Tornado I'm going to try and research costs a lot, 1.4 million. And that is a lot of Silver Lions, I agree. Is it too much? Well, you could make that argument, but the point is you should not be running out of Silver Lions if you're doing this strategy of playing all the vehicles in a rank, leaving them to repair slowly. Now you can just look at these stat cards. 11,000 instead of 16. 8,000 instead of 13. 12,000 instead of 17. You just leave it over time, and you save Silver Lions. And this is why I don't understand these people on the forums who somehow have 0 Silver Lions left. They quit the game because they say they can't afford to repair their vehicles. You don't need to pay to repair them. Even if you're starting the game, just always start off with multiple tech trees. Do not do the silly thing of just... because this will make you run out of Silver Lions. If you start the game, you buy a premium like the Wolfpack or the XM1 or the M1 KVT when it comes out, and you just play it to get to the rank 7, the top tier, for one nation, you will lose Silver Lions. It's not a good idea. Start off with 3 or 4 nations. Ideally, what you should do is the 3 major nations, because they have the most fleshed out tech trees, and you can pick one of the minor ones which you like, and just switch between them. And you will not be paying repair costs. And if you do pay a repair cost, it will be massively reduced compared to what it normally is. I should have known this. If I had known this 8 years ago, when I started playing this game, I would have much more than 3 million Silver Lions. I would have like tens of millions. So this goes for anyone who doesn't know the strategy yet and is low on Silver Lions, because this will really help you. I mean, it can work in ground as well. It's not as good as in Air RB, but it can work in ground. Because of the, just in the major tech trees, the amount of vehicles you've got for each rank. You have so many lineups you can switch between to grind the next rank. So it works for ground as well. Point is, you shouldn't be running out of Silver Lions as long as you take advantage of what Gaijin is giving you. You really shouldn't be running out of Silver Lions. Like these battle trophies for doing special tasks. Each one, 25,000 Silver Lions, or a booster. Or a universal backup, which can still be useful, because it means you can spawn in the vehicle again without paying a second repair cost, if you're playing ground. So, you really shouldn't be running out of Silver Lions. And I don't understand the people who are complaining about this. They need to know what this method is, and they need to use it, and then they will not be complaining. And then War Thunder will not be review bombed on Steam because people don't understand how to save Silver Lions. Now look, I'm not going to shill for Gaijin. They've got many problems. As I said earlier, the stock to spaded grind is ridiculous. Also, the research cost for vehicles at rank 7 is insane. It was already bad enough at 380,000, but each time they add a new vehicle, it goes up and up and up. 400,000. Look at the Yak 141 that I'm researching right now. 410,000. This is a lot. And these are problems. But you can get around the Silver Lion problem much more easily. Just by doing this. This number goes down as the video goes on. You can go right to the start. There you go. It's going down. This is money I'm not spending. The amount of money I'm saving, the amount of Silver Lions I'm saving by doing this. You can see for all the nations. Loads. Oh yes, I haven't done this strategy on some nations yet because I didn't know it at that point. But it does work, and also because I had these premiums from the Battle Pass. But that's all you have to do. It really isn't hard. It's just people don't know about it. So yeah. Have a good day. I'll catch you next time.